But that's fine. We can go through them right now. We've got Ye Zombie on that Vayne, for the bottom lane ADC. Caceres with this Sona for the bottom lane support. Chaotic Knight on that Orianna in the mid lane. I'm actually just going to mute this music because there's no reason for it to continue. So, LC Blackstar, gotta love that name. SC Blackstar, playing the Vi in the jungle. And Aznaboyle, oh my gosh, Azenboy. Okay, so they're just called Azenboy. Like 1316 or something. Azenboy. That's so cool. I actually just figured that out. Azenboy on the Jax for that top lane. For purple team, which I gotta change these team names here. Please, Team Feederino, Pleaserino. We've got Miyuki on the Ahri for the mid lane. We've got Chrono Frost with that Caitlyn in the bottom lane ADC role. Hi, I'm Doza with the top lane Maokai. Ash Thresher on the Pantheon jungle. And Darth Vin on the Morgana support. So I'm going to update these team names here real fast. We're going to have, I believe it is Candyman. Team Candyman for blue side. If I am incorrect on this, somebody update me. Team Feed Pulls. Let's just do that for now. It's kind of shortens it up a little bit. Feederino, Pleaserino. Let's go, Ray! Let's see how it goes in this game. 30 seconds, real fast, gotta go through here. We've got a little bit of a tanky line. The Vi front line Jax as well, gonna be able to leap, and a lot of gap closers from Team Candyman. For Team Feederino, Pleaserino, we've got a good initiation. The Pantheon stun, Morgana, Dark Binding, Maokai as well. So basically how he slipped through. Both the Morgana and the Maokai somehow slipped through those picks and bans. So that's pretty crazy right there. But they are going to make it through and move in. So as we get into the game, hashtag which unfortunately we can't see. Candymen. Yeah, exactly. Blashek. Blahake, thanks for the follow. It was like Blah Shake, but they missed the S. So it was just Blahak. So Candyman versus Team Feederino, Pleaserino. So this is Team Feed Pulls. Shorten that a little bit so that way we can actually see it. And I agree that it's supposed to be Candy. Oh, it's Candyman. It is Candyman. And the Candyman. And the Candyman. I fixed it. All right, cool. So now that we are in game, Ye Zombie with the Aristocrat Vayne. Caceres with the Muse. Sona. She got the boobies. Vi and Orianna just with the normal skins. And Temple Jax. Azenboy 316 with that beautiful skin as well. Popstar R. We're playing again! Or not. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. So, I would know it's my team. That's true. Ye Zombie. It is your team. So, Candymen, not Candyman. Popstar Ahri, Arctic Warfare, Caitlyn, Dragon Slayer Pantheon, and Ghost Bride Morgana coming out there. So great skins across the board. No full skin team on this particular lineup, but still pretty awesome. Nonetheless. I am very excited to see this Morgana Pantheon Maokai play because all of them have incredible CC, incredible damage, and are just very, very powerful champions. If I had to predict a team that would win, I'm gonna give it over to Team Candyman because I like the name. No, I think they have a good, solid lineup. That Sona Vayne combination in the bottom lane is scary. Orianna can put her ball on Vi and follow her through her ultimate to follow with her with Orianna's ult as well. The what is that called? Assault and Battery, Vi's ultimate. There we go. And Jax clean up from the sidelines. So you here to ghost, bro? Always ghosting. So it does sound like we're in game here. Are we in game? Are we not? It's kind of hard to say. So it sounded like we were in game, but I guess maybe not. It hasn't updated yet to say that we're in game. There we go. Ooh, I was about to say, like, what's going on here? Oh, it immediately went into a pause. Why do we have a pause starting off? That's kind of sad. Candymen. And for red team, we've got Team Feed Pulled. Okay, so it looks like somebody is having a glitch and is going to be reconnecting. So Maokai is reconnecting real fast. So in the meantime, yeah, 3 minutes behind anyway. It's true. I'm giving a hashtag out for Team Candymen for the win. What do you guys think? And what do you guys think so far of the stream? Like, whew, this has been non-stop, like straight up all the way. Okay, he left the game, so he should be back. But there we go. AM Blizzard BLT, thank you for the follow. Just so you guys know, you people. Oh, Joe Mama 1199, thank you for the follow as well. Hashtag Feederino, Pleaserino. Just so you guys are aware, I do shoutcast all the time when I'm playing or when I'm on League of Legends and streaming. This is a shoutcasting stream. If you can't tell, that shoutcast guy and all of the other stuff. I do shoutcasting on here. That's what I love to do. I actually lose like ranked games all the time simply because I'm trying to shoutcast. But that being said, I also do giveaways every other Sunday of my own free will, $10 Riot Point cards every other Sunday on top of other gifts as well. I have somebody that's supposed to be sending me a message tonight of the Rammus hat that we sent to him because he won a giveaway, and it's fantastic. You do not have to do anything other than just simply be here for those giveaways, regardless of number of follows, regardless of anything. We just simply do those giveaways because I freaking feel like it and can. So I think the stream is great. Probably the server is acting up to people. NSF, thank you for the follow as well. Candymen banned Yasuo, Syndra, and Katarina. Team Feed banned Tristan, Lucian, and Darius. So they saw the power of Yasuo in that last game, and they banned him out. Syndra as well is a great ban. We need a mod to move Dozo. Where do we need to move Dozo to? We need a mod to move Dozo. I don't know where Dozo is at. Oh, C9. Lol. See, hashtag C9 for the win. Cloud9, go for it. So we're patient, somewhat. Loading, loading, loading. The giveaways thing is outside of this tournament. This is a 1ShotGG tournament, so I'm kind of hosting stuff underneath their rules. Oh, you know what? I can go ahead and put people in the correct lanes. So Vayne down here. We've got Vayne versus Caitlyn facing off. Sona and Morgana will be their supports. In the mid lane, it's going to be Orianna versus Ahri. The junglers, Pantheon versus Vi. And in the top lanes, Jax versus Maokai. So any mods that can move him, we need him moved to our group. Mao got booted to the TeamSpeak lobby. He's stuck in the lobby. Is he in? Oh, okay. So actually, I might be able to do that myself for team. Oh, looks like they're set up now. So because we're 3 minutes behind, they should be able to get the game underway in just a moment. It does on my screen because I'm actually live on the TeamSpeak. They do have all fives together. However, I can't see that, or you can't see that in game because we're still waiting for all of that to update. So let's see here. Orianna looking for a kill lane. She's got Flash Ignite, no longer interested in the heals. Jack's taking a teleport as well as Maokai, so both of these top laners can teleport to other lanes to jump to them and kind of help out when teamfights or dragons show up. What else do we got here? Ahri as well in that mid lane looking for a kill lane, has the Flash Ignite. Sometimes mid laners take heal just to kind of keep themselves alive, but not in this particular case. Look at these great builds. These great builds are absolutely amazing. Everyone's starting off with the same exact thing. We can see across the board the same exact build. We're still waiting on this timer. It's taking for forever, but Nightbot, always come back. Did somebody DC Maokai? DC'd and having TeamSpeak issues. Issues. There we go. So we were waiting for all of that to be cleared up before we get into this game. So Samsung Black for the win. They're not in this game, bro, but they did win last game. So congratulations to them on that. We are waiting on the game to start. In the meantime, I wonder if I can pull up this how the game's lined up at the moment. Let's see here. We're going to go up here and we're going to say add a window capture, and we're going to put 1ShotGG challenge. And whoa, a little bit crazy there, as we're going to actually select the region and drop this down. So bear with me for a moment as I do OBS shenanigans that it wasn't expecting. OBS is like, why do you do this to me? There we go. And there we go. So we can pull this up a little bit and see where our standings are currently. We've got Nothing Fancy, won that first matchup, so did a fantastic job there. Did very well dominating the enemy team. And then we have Samsung Cardboard, beat out Meatball Macaroni Men in a very definitive win. Oh, we're rocking the game. We're in game. Sweet. Okay, well, anyway, so the winner of this game will be going up against Samsung Black. So it's amazing that both Samsung teams actually won and moved on to the semifinals. So congratulations to those teams. And we are in game, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the game. I thought you talked about the LCS, so there's no such thing as Samsung Black. Both lanes moving out. It looks, though, like Red Team, in the meantime, while all this talk has been going on, is looking for an invade. Miyuki coming right down here. All of Red Team is here and ready for an invade. Blue Team pinging, saying, hey, get to this tri-bush. They are running, though. Will they make it? Oh, if they had rushed in there, they could have done it. They could have grabbed it. We'll see if Sona's paying attention. Pantheon's here. They are just around the corner. Here goes Morgana. She's going to throw a Dark Binding. Oh, Sona just making her way off to the side. There's the Dark Binding onto Caceres. He's going to take a lot of damage from this, and that's first blood despite the flash. Caitlyn picks it up with an auto attack flying through the air. Who was it that didn't get an assist on it? Maokai didn't get an assist. He was actually flying to snare that Caceres on the Sona, but missed her. She died before his snare landed, so Ari doing a little bit of dance, and it's such opposite here. Ari's cute while backing, and Morgana is just scary as heck while backing. Just such a difference. So, Red Team starting us off with an excellent invade. Caceres going down there. Didn't quite get the word to have the vision. See Red Team coming in here. Maokai already headed up towards that top lane, making sure that there's no jungle invades on his side going down. Teams range from bronze to master, where they are randomly sort of balanced on them based on MMRs. The average is probably high gold. Yes, that's exactly about what it's at in assess. Once again, thank you for being fantastic on the stream. You've given so much impressive information, very, very helpful, and it's really, really doing amazing wonders. So both teams started off blue buff. Once again, these junglers will be on opposite sides. We saw Pantheon do nice work in game 1 with nothing fancy in that bottom lane and then head towards the mid lane. So this game, instead, once he gets that double buff, we'll be at the top lane. We'll see if Vi can do the same thing. So is Chicks Dig Elo the high diamond team? All of these teammates have somewhere between, they should all have like a high diamond to platinum player, followed with a couple of silvers, a couple of golds, and maybe a bronze. So it really kind of balances out. Each team should have at least a diamond, a platinum, and something similar. Zombie getting snared in that bottom lane, just a little bit of damage. However, what it does do is it stops it's kind of like a zoning harassment from Morgana. Oh, Caster's almost getting Dark Binded there, but just able to make out of that in the bottom lane. So Caitlyn is going to have a little bit of advantage at the early levels because she has excellent range there, as well as that Dark Binding from Morgana is just kind of going to scare Blue Team and keep them on their back heels for a little bit. However, we'll see once the levels go up. Oh, Caceres taking more damage. That's going to be a Pillar of Peacemaker going on to Caceres, down to only 200 health. Used the heal. I think it was actually Vayne that used the heal. And now level 2, Sona's using her heals to heal up. Morgana knew the power of the level 2 Sona once she gets those heals and was just harassing her, but trying to get her down before she hit level 2. But now she's level 2 again, almost Dark Binded. Going to use the heal to keep herself and that Vayne full and healthy as they're trying to keep these minions back from the tower. Vi is here just off to the side. Don't think Red Team can see her. Now they can see her. Are they paying attention though? Chrono Frost might get jumped on here. There's a double buff Vi headed in here in that top lane. Why are we watching the top lane? We want to watch the bottom lane. Oh, because Vi didn't really do anything. She kind of walked into the lane and both the Red Team backed off, so she was like, oh, I guess I won't engage. That's why. So the high diamond team second game. Meatballs, Macaroni Man versus Samsung Cardboard. Chrono Frost taking some damage. Vi's right back here. There is that spell shield, the flash from Caitlyn burn, so that could be well worth. Chrono Frost not having that burn. They were not expecting Vi to just come back around and gank. Hi, Dozo in that top lane getting a little bit of damage onto Ace, and boy, will it be enough? He's going to get the stun. No, the stun doesn't land. He backs off as soon as the stun finishes and doesn't get any damage back onto the Maokai. Maokai, despite being full health, apparently has what he wants. Is going to go ahead and back and buy some extra things at 18 farm. Jack's about 10 farm there. In the jungle, they're just about even. Pantheon really hasn't ganked, more interested in farming. At about 15 farm to Vi's 12 farm. Red Team coming out here slowly in the lead with a little bit of extra gold lead thanks to their well farming and that extra initial kill, though that very first blood kill isn't going to give a whole lot of gold over. Farming can outdo that first blood if you do it well. Orianna about 27 farm, Ari with 31, so beating her out there. In that bottom lane, both ADs are just about even on farm, so nothing too different between the two of them. These two supports both started very differently. So there's that Talisman of Ascension on Sona, or at least will be built into that, as well as that Frost Queen's Claim on the Morgana. So she's going to be slowing people down, while Sona will be speeding her teammates up. We'll see how those two go against each other. So a Diamond 5 on one team and a Diamond 2 on the other. So Diamond's back and forth between the two. If Jinx was here, Vi assists Jinx. How Vi doing her job? That's a good question there, Amy, as well. That's why I wonder about the Thresh and Lucian. They're like mortal enemies, and yet they're kind of helping each other out because they make a really good lane combo, the Thresh and Lucian. So in that top lane, Azen Boy going to get a stun maybe on Maokai. No, again, he misses it. Hayam Dozo just getting a little bit of that range, a little bit of the AP damage in that mid lane there. Chaotic Knight taking a little bit of damage from Oriana. Sorry, not Oriana. She's Oriana. From Ari, throwing out some nice orbs of deception just to get a little bit of damage. They're both playing with balls in the mid lane, but it looks like Ari maybe burned a flash. There she goes to be able to escape a Vi gank. So Vi has burned 2 flashes so far, and Pantheon continues to jungle. I think he's really looking for an early level 6, and that's why he continues to jungle hard. Now at 25 farm and continuing to stack that. 31 farm on the Maokai in that top lane to the 23 on the Jax. So Jax really starting to suffer on this farm difference between the two of them as Pantheon makes his way around. May look for an early tower dive here on this Jax. Jax is level 6. There's the flash engage with the ultimate. Oh, this stun from Jax. Will it be enough? Maokai escapes with nothing. Just getting out in that top lane. It was an amazing stun from Jax, who still went down, though, and allowed the tower to hit Maokai a couple of times, but not enough to finish him off. So second kill of the game going over to Red Team with a nice tower dive from Pantheon and Maokai. Bouncing back and forth, flash burn from Chaotic Knight. Not going to go down. Ignite is ticking. Oh, almost a Dark Binding onto Casterus again. Just going to dodge it, continuing to spam those heals. It's amazing that Sona still has this much health or mana after really still using a lot of these abilities. So Chrono Frost down to about a 4th health. However, Maokai, I think, teleported down here. Yeah, Maokai did use teleport to try to come in here and attempt to gank. Not going to get much. Going to go underneath the tower now. Take a bit of damage from Vayne. That silver bolts proc from Vayne, going to do a little bit of damage to him as he backs off. However, Vayne is now zombie. Ooh, this Sona is always confusing me. Was low health and then just got healed right back by that Sona. So now up to half health here. One more Sona heal should put zombie almost at full health. Red team looking at starting this dragon, though. Blue team doesn't have any vision on it, but they're pinging it, saying, hey, maybe they're there. Nice Dark Binding from Morgana is going to stop Vayne from headed here. This dragon's not down just yet, but there's all 5 members of Red team here. Vi, are you going to go in? She got snared by Hayam Dozo as the rest of Red team pokes her over the wall. CS Blackstar not down yet. Dragon did go over. Pantheon picked it up, but it is the death of Maokai in trade for it. Vi picking up that one, and now Jax is heavily pushing this top turret. He is level 6, so he has that extra 3-hit passive. This tower is going to go down pretty quickly. The first game had a Master and a Diamond 1. Yep, going head-to-head against each other. So this tower may go down. Jax, just stay on it. You can auto-attack it a couple more times to finish it off. Possibly. Could absorb the damage. Oh, no, it doesn't even need to. I was about to say, it could soak up the damage a time or two, but not even really. So setting Sona on how she plays or Morgana. Against a Morgana, I guess. Yeah, Sona is very, very interesting, especially with the changes, that she's a little more... Jax, there's a pink ward in that bush. He's not going to clear the pink ward. Oh, now he sees it. Now he sees it. Headed towards that pink ward to clear it. Use zombie in that bottom lane. There he goes. He's like, oh, yeah, there's a pink ward here. Let me clear it. He did start with a Giant's Belt, so he's going to have a bit of health, but he has no damage so far. 35 farm to the 37 of Maokai, so still losing out when it comes to farm. Oh, yes, he's sticking around. So Maokai grabbing up these golems before headed back towards the lane. He did lose his tower, so that is the first tower going over to blue team. So they're kind of evening up a little bit. Despite losing a couple kills and the dragon, they're trying to trade it for a tower as well, so that's pretty good. 11k gold to 12k gold. Red team just about 1,000 gold in the lead. Report caster for assisting, revealing vision. No, I simply told him that it was there. He knew that it was there. He had to ward on it, so. Anyway, I'm 3 minutes behind, so everything that's happening is 3 minutes behind what's going on. Blue team pinging the pink ward in the pixel bush. Now, maybe they are cheating, because pink wards stick around for longer than 3 minutes, so maybe that pink ward's still there, but it might also be cleared. It's kind of hard to say. It could be cleared right now. Who knows? Because at 3 minutes later, we're 3 minutes behind in the game. Darth Vayne hanging out here, getting a little bit of damage. Vayne going to poke in. She's put this spell shield on herself in case an engage happened. Vi backing off here, or at least coming around the sidelines. Oh, there was a red ward in that bush, so they know the Vi is here. So they're staying a little bit behind. Caster is dodging. Oh, the condemn from Vayne not finishing Caitlyn off into the wall. It hit her, but didn't quite get her into the wall, so she wasn't stunned by it. And that top lane, 48 farm to 48. Jax engaging on the Maokai before backing off, just getting a little bit of harassment. Sona continuing to poke with those Qs and drop red team down just a little bit. However, Vi still waiting in this bush. There's that Dark Binding. Flash Q's in. Darthan very low health. There's the Assault and Battery onto Caitlyn. And there's going to be a lot of damage. Now Chrono Frost underneath the tower. Zombie finishes her off with the proc on the Silver Bolts and takes a double kill for that. Nicely done. Vi waited patiently, and it was well worth it, evening up the team's gold and giving 2 kills over to Vayne, which is a very good thing. Vayne now 2-0-0, doing an excellent job. Chaotic Knight in that mid lane continuing to try to farm. Ari is beating her just a little, about 10 farm in the lead, so Miyuki doing a fantastic job. Fed Vayne, GG, game over. As soon as Vayne gets 2 kills, the game's over. Everyone knows that in League of Legends. Not at all. 15k gold. It's only tied up in gold between these two teams. In the top lane, Jax finally being able to hold his own against the Maokai. 53 farm to 57. Maokai just a little bit in the lead. And that tower going down actually pushes blue team now in the lead as they hung around in the bottom lane just long enough to take down that tower. Didn't back after that. So that Vayne, once she backs, is going to have a lot of gold. We can switch over here and see she's sitting on 1,500 gold, which is a huge thing. Caitlyn did just back and picked up a BF sword, so she's going to have a little bit of extra damage on that. A nice Dark Binding. Oh! Zombie just tumbles out of the way and lives through that one. That was... made my heart beat rapidly for a second there. Caster's backing off, a little bit low on mana, but blue team doesn't want to leave because that would give the tower over to red team. So they really need to either have a team fight or do enough poke damage that red team leaves long enough for them to be able to back and actually use this gold advantage that they have now. However, they don't have an item advantage yet because blue team hasn't backed off yet. So red team pinging, hey, come to this bottom lane. Pantheon still farming, has not really been too active in the game so far. 53 farm, 2 assists. Maokai coming through the jungle, flash snare in, jumps onto the Orianna. Chaotic Knight taking a lot of damage. I am Dozo here tanking the tower, and Orianna goes down. Ari with a great finish, picking up that kill. So that's Miyuki grabbing up a kill in the mid lane with a nice Maokai gank. He saw that Jax backed in that top lane, said, hey, I have the opportunity to head towards the mid lane and pick up a free kill. The flash snare too strong on the Orianna, and she still went down. Zombie taking a little bit of damage, still healed back to full with the help of Sona. That's Sona's main power, is that she just continues to heal her support, or heal her AD, that's what I mean. Does have that sight ward and a little bit of extra mana regen with the Fairy Charm. So both teams generally playing a little bit safe, nothing too crazy. No teams have really all 5 mid or anything. Their red team started us off with a nice jungle 5-man gank, really invading a little bit. Didn't get any jungle things from it, but got a nice kill onto Caceres. And now the game's really up to which team can grab the kill first, because Maokai jumping on somebody in the mid lane, Vi jumping on people in the bottom lane. It's all up to the jungles to really make some of these plays happen at the moment. Blue buff going over to Chaotic Knight. Did die. Orianna, oh, nice poke damage from that Orianna. There is a teleport coming to the bottom lane. Jax here, red team pinging, saying, hey, watch out for that teleport. Oh, Chaotic Knight already down to half health here. That Ari continuing to harass. Ari has the Deathfire Grasp, so going to do a lot of damage every time that she jumps in. The red team did pick up that last dragon. Oh, she's jumping straight in on Chaotic Knight. Will it be enough? Orianna ultimate, pulling her to the side, and Vi hitting her from the back line. SC Blackstar picking up that kill. Nicely done, but Ari still with the Ignite finished off the Orianna, so good try there. And in this fight, Vi coming in from the back line. I am Dozo taking a lot of damage. Maokai trying to tank up a little bit. SC Blackstar so low health. There's the Morgana ultimate coming through. Pantheon all as well. They're very low health back and forth. A Thrasher, do they have enough? Vayne so strong. Double kill over to Vayne. And despite Pantheon picking up a kill on Vi, Jax is going to finish it off with almost a full team ace. Caitlyn coming in here. Sona grabbing a little bit of heals. She has used her ward. Caitlyn just off to this side. There are 3 people still alive. 4 people, I guess, still alive. As now Orianna is back up from blue team. Caitlyn just backs off and heads for the mid lane, saying, I'm not really interested in trying to grab the dragon. Smart, smart, smart from that Caitlyn, not wanting to get into a 1v5. So a nice engage by the Dragon. Vayne now 4-0-1, already with a finished Blade of the Ruined King, and now another 1,100 gold under her belt, and she is getting very, very scary. 15 minutes in, dude, I would not want to tangle with that Vayne. Caitlyn, a nice 106 farms, is still up there in farm as well. However, doesn't quite have the full build. Looking for that early Infinity Edge, has that BF sword as well as the pickaxe, but really needs a lot more gold to finish off the early Infinity Edge for that, to be able to at least stand up for a little bit against the Vayne. Vayne tumbles too strong. GG, Vayne carry declares the game. Oh, we'll see. We'll see if Amy is correct. Vayne can be easily dealt with a little bit of CC. All it takes is a Pantheon to jump on her or a Maokai to snare her, and she could go down very quickly. A very easily bursted champion as long as you can keep vision on her. Miyuki herself can do that with a single charm. It looks like she's going to be jumped on using some of her ultimate to get a little bit of damage onto Chaotic Knight, just bouncing back and forth. But the condemn from Vayne will say, no, get out of here. Get behind your tower. We're not interested in fighting. We're just going to push this tower. Vayne coming in here. Vi from the sidelines. Miyuki taking so much health. Here comes Pantheon. Stuns the Vi. Gotta jump on the Vayne, bro, and he's gonna pay for that. Oh, the flash keeps him alive for the moment as Maokai comes in, snaring the the Vayne underneath the tower. Chrono Frost comes in the backline, finishing off both the Caitlyn or the Vi, and now triple kill over to Caitlyn should be. Yeah, Morgana didn't want to steal. Darthvin giving the triple kill to Caitlyn. Don't give the game over just yet. Red team doing a nice job coming in, collapsing in on blue team. Blue team got a little bit too needy underneath the tower, and now I am Dozo snaring onto Caster's, taking damage from the Piltover Peacemaker. Isn't going to be enough. They are just going to take the tower, so that is a tower over to red team. Now solid 1,000 gold in the lead, pushing in to grab a second tower. Vayne's going to have to hurry very, very quickly if she's going to stop this tower from going down, but already Caitlyn's got some good damage. She still has not backed, especially from that triple kill, so sitting with that 2,400 gold, so too strong. Yeah, the Pantheon flash that kept him alive. I think the other thing that kept him alive was that he had one of his shields come up, which blocked an auto attack from Vayne, and that's what saved his life on top of his flash, just getting him out. And then Maokai with the snare was just beautiful. Darthvin throwing out a Dark Binding, just stopping to see Black Star from poking in too much. So 8-8, this game back to being a close tie. Sona here in the mid lane. Blue team really wants this tower. This is now immediately a turnaround. Let's go right back to the mid lane and push it once again. Orianna here defending. She's at I keep saying Orianna. Ari defending 2-2-2, has about 500 gold, so I do think that she backed. Deathfire Grass finished as well as those boots. Oh, I think she wasn't a part of that last team fight. She had to back off. Even though she lived, she backed off from the team fight, so wasn't there to help out. Infinity Edge as well as Zeal finished on Caitlyn. That's going to be very scary. Blade of the Ruined King and Zeal finished on Vayne. We'll see which of these ADs comes out in the lead. Looks like Vayne is backing off towards the tower, and maybe a tower dive from red team onto Vayne underneath this tower. There's 4 men for red team here. Yi Zombie doing a nice job warding in that bush, making sure that she has vision wherever red team is. Instead of jumping on her and tower diving her, they are just going to go clear the minions and push the tower. But now there's a 4v4. Jax, if he collapsed, could turn it into a 5v4 in this bottom lane. Caitlyn's going to have some nice poke for a little bit of a distance. Jax is pushing that mid lane. He's looking for the tower. Maokai does have his ult up, or his teleport up, so he could teleport towards this bottom lane and start a team fight, or teleport towards the mid lane and try to defend it. Vayne get a little bit of damage. The 90 caliber net from Caitlyn turned it to the condemn, so she's going to just kind of bounce off to the side. Dark Binding from Morgana, not quite landing. Still even up on gold. Red team slowly pushing, getting some nice heavy wave clear, but not really doing a whole lot, progressing too much. Hard to make any of your poke last and stick when you have a Sona on your team who can continue to throw out those heals. Red team realizing that they're not really getting anywhere with this bottom lane push, decides to go ahead and back off. Dragon will be up in another minute 30. It's not here yet, red team. Not here yet. Now we're going to see this pink ward, so they'll go ahead and clear that. I think it was actually Maokai that got that finish. So blue team, opposite side of the dragon pit, kind of hanging out here, and they're going to clear pink ward of their own. So woo, pink ward's going down. Pink ward's going down. Back and forth between these two teams. Red team once again has turned right around and now pushing back into this bottom lane, hoping to catch blue team out on a rotation maybe and really get some good damage onto this tower. not quite finishing off just yet there. Caitlyn's continuing to get a little bit of poke. Charm almost landing on Caceres, not going to quite get there. Zombie Vi coming in from the sidelines. She's going to be snared from the Dark Binding as well. Pantheon coming in. There's the ult from Maokai, leaping straight in onto Vayne, trying to stop some of her damage. She's flashed to get a little bit of as damage as possible. Is going to go down. However, Sona finishing off the kill onto Caitlyn. Now Maokai the only one up. Jax here responding a whole lot faster than Maokai could get here. He's got a little bit of damage onto Azenboy, but not going to be enough. Chaotic Knight finishing off the last kill. Oh my gosh, so that is 4 men down only for the Vayne death. High Mendoza still hanging out here. Sees the opportunity to maybe jump on SC Blackstar. Will he go full in on it? Caster is hanging just around the corner. Doesn't have a whole lot of mana. Is going to get jumped on by Vayne, or by Vi. Will they progress? Will they stop? Okay, so Maokai backing off once again, just getting a little bit of farm on the minions. That's what he's looking for. So, doesn't really have a whole lot of damage just yet, kind of building towards that. Orianna grabbing up this nice blue buff for herself, taking on red team's blue buff. Oh, but here comes Dozo, going to get a nice snare on her. Ultimate up as well. Tries to finish it, but she shields herself, keeping herself alive for the moment. That's going to be Vi knocking her back. Sona healed to help out as well, and Vi picking up the kill. So, great response from blue team, just turning the fight and saying, hey, we're here, we're going to defend our main man, that's what we want. Caitlyn throwing out the ult, but Sona absorbs it, says, I'll take that for you. A nice shield from Orianna as well, keeps her health up there. But now Dragon is up and available. Blue team only has a couple members who actually got the chance to back. This caster is still on that Sona with very little help, but Vayne, 5 and 2, coming in from the sidelines, looking to get some damage. Red team kind of backing off, throwing down wards, trying to keep vision. Vi, if she backs off, means that they're not, blue team's not going to have Smite available. Chaotic Knight as well, going to be backing off. That's 2 members, so it could be a 5v3 fight. Maokai backed for red team, headed towards that top lane, so it could be a 4v3 fight. More recalls going out, so neither team really pushing in to get the dragon just yet, as red team just heads towards the mid lane. So I love using Sona. I'm a killer support as Sona. Super strong, super strong. So, did finish off that Athena's and Holy Grail, so going to have a lot of mana on top of now building also that Chalice of Harmony. Oh, I'm sorry, Ardent Censer. That's what I meant to say for Sona. Not Athena's and Holy Grail. Building towards Athena's and Holy Grail, but not there yet. Vi coming in. Oh, she's going to back off. She decided not to engage with that Q. Red team, allowing red team to live for the moment. I think the blue team really has stronger teamfight potential at the moment, and so if they engage, they would be doing well as Maokai's all the way in that top lane, so it would be a 4v5 if blue team engaged. Maokai is trying to push this tower, but not going to be doing it very fast, as he is a little bit more tank. Finished off that Rod of Ages, so really has to wait for that to slowly build into something with the health and the ability power that he needs. No, he's just going to let the minions do some work on the tower. He was just backing off probably because the tower was on him. So, red team now defending this mid turret, not letting blue team get too much damage on it, and picking up that top lane turret. So now it's 3 turrets to 2. Red team a little bit in the lead with that, tied up the gold with that. I still feel, though, that blue team has a little bit better fighting potential. We'll see if they can use that, though. Blue team not really forcing an engage, letting Vayne continue to farm up. 161 farm to 156. Blue team waiting just off to the side. Wards across the map. Red team has 3 wards right around Baron, so they've got a lot of... Or right around Dragon. And a good bit of wards around Baron, too. So they've got some vision on that on top of it. Blue team pushing in slowly towards the mid lane. Will they be able to get the tower this time? That tower has a lot of health. Trying to wave clear. Red team's trying to hold them back. Dozo down to about a 3rd health here. Oh, he takes so much damage. Spell Shield from Morgana saves his life as the ultimate from Orianna just completely misses. Doesn't do any damage thanks to the Spell Shield from Morgana and saves his life. That was a close one. And now blue team 5-man strong, pushing on towards Dragon. They know Maokai had to back. So, red team won't have that fighting potential. They got so much damage. Pantheon ult coming in. Dark Binding onto Caceres. Pantheon picks up the dragon. He somehow gets the dragon, and on top of it, Zombie now finishes off Pantheon, but Chrono Frost, so much damage. Orianna picking up a kill on Morgana as well. So, red team, despite getting dragon, paid for it with 2 kills, but blue team lost Vi on their own, so now you know who to ban. So strong. Chrono Frost on that Caitlyn, down to about a 4th health here, just throwing out those Piltover Peacemakers to try to clear the minions, but not going to be fast enough. They are going to lose this middle tower. Ari's got some nice wave clear now, though. Clearing up these traps. Zombie getting a lot of damage. The charm from Ari almost landing on Zombie. Not going to be quite enough, though. Not as she tumbled away, she survived for the moment. 15 kills to 10. Blue team kind of pulling back up there slowly in the lead, but they're actually tied up on gold at the moment. Blue team, I guess, just a hair in the lead now that they're 37k gold. But so looking really, really strong. Game is not over just yet. I'm throwing it out there to the audience, to you guys out there. What do you think? Who do you think would need to, or which team do you think would need to do something to win, and what do you think that something is? Both teams are kind of at an even point here. They're kind of back and forth. They really aren't progressing too much. What do you think each team needs to do to be able to take the win on this game? Chronofrost clearing these minions in this bottom lane should be able to get that tower without a problem. Pick up yet another tower. Now 4 towers over to red team. Does red team need to group and really just hard push in and grab an inhibitor? Or are they being very successful at their slow poke game? Blue team seems to have a little bit better fighting potential, so do they want to have a full team fight, or do they want to continue to just grab a tower here, grab a dragon there? Pantheon was able to steal that last dragon, as the zombie was more focused on killing the enemy players, but have Baron to back up team fights. There you go. So both teams could definitely use a Baron. However, Baron could be really dangerous if a team gets low of health. We're only 26 minutes into the game, so if we're not even full levels yet, everyone's only around level 11, level 12, some couple level 13s coming out here. So Baron can still do a good amount of damage, and if it takes down one of the teams really well, the other team can come and clear. Whoa! Where did that yawn even come from? I don't even know. We're going to drink some water here. That yawn's been playing with me for the last 20 or so minutes, so hopefully I can get it to go away. Maokai pushing that top lane. Red team simply trying to defend here. Nice Dark binding onto that's Azen Boy, I think. Yeah, Azen Boy. But not going to do a whole lot, just continue to try to clear the wave. Caitlyn is hanging around in that back line. Vayne's just grabbing so much farm, 192 farm. Now Morgana almost went down just from auto attacks. Holy cow. So Morgana is out of the fight, at least for the moment. Another Piltover Peacemaker. Pantheon going to leap in, get a nice stun onto Sona. And there's follow-up from Caitlyn and Ahri. Takes out that healing member. That is amazing for red team. As well as I'm Doza taking that top lane second tier tower. That was absolutely perfect for red team. They got in, did just enough damage, and now blue team doesn't have that support, doesn't have the heals to back up any fight that they decide to go into, so they're going to be less likely to engage in a fight, more interested in backing off. Maokai, though, coming in from the sidelines. Is he going to be able to land a snare? Red team may try to pincer move. Maokai just coming straight in and says, hey, Orianna, what's up? I'll just back you off. However, he's just going to join his teammates here right by the Wraith, so Ping's out, red buff is up. Chronofrost says, I'll take your red buff, no problem. Yeah, it does. I wondered if Doza would take it. So Vi coming in here, going to get a little bit of damage onto Doza. Assault and battery straight onto Caitlyn. So much damage, but not enough to finish her off. And now they're going to be turning it all back to the rest of the team as Thrasher is in... Ash Thrasher, sorry. Just got his butt kicked as now the rest of the team engages. There's a 90 caliber net taking Caitlyn over the wall, saving her for the moment. Ahri did go down. So that was 3 kills to 2. Red team losing out just a little bit on that one. Nice engage from blue team. Pantheon tried to get in there, tried to get a little bit of damage, but met with all of the CC that Vi and Jax brings. It wasn't enough and went down. Pings back and forth from blue team. I think that was actually Morgana. They pinged Morgana to back off right there. So Jake getting bored, you can always tell. A little bit. These team fights aren't as crazy as most team fights are, but the game is still 28 minutes in, 18 kills to 13. Red team about 2k gold in the lead. The game is still really close, despite being 30 minutes into it. So, well, it's really a single team fight could determine the entire game. Blade of the Ruined King and Yumu's Ghostblade, as well as that static ship being finished by Vayne, while Caitlyn has finished the Infinity Edge Phantom Dancer and is going towards probably a Bloodthirster with that BF Sword, as well as the Vamp Scepter. So, a lot of damage coming out from both of these ADs. In the mid lane, Ahri finally finished her Zanyas. Oh, maybe catch out Caceres? Miyuki just not paying attention, misses completely her charm, throws down the... whiffing on the name, Deathfire Grasp, but not quite enough damage. Yeah, I think Ahri just was not expecting Desona to come barreling through there. Mr. Q missed everything other than Deathfire Grasp, I think, missed the Sona. So red team, they did. They cleared off a lot of these wards. They have a pink ward sitting here right by Baron, and now they're looking at finishing it off. They got 2 pinks. Blue team, I don't even know what they're doing. They're pinging. Oh, I guess they're waiting for Dragon to come up. But in the meantime, they're going to lose Baron. Baron is going down very quickly towards the... oh, they're trying to bait it out, I guess. They don't even know they're standing on a ward. Blue team standing on a ward. That ward just went down. Blue team not even paying attention that was there. Maokai clearing a ward here saying, hey, I guess we'll take this too. So there's pings from red team saying there's a pink ward in this bush, just so we're aware of it. But that is red team picking up a free Baron off of that. So nicely done. Free Baron there over to red team, pushing their lead to about 4K gold, which is amazing. And that should be able to give them a little bit of an edge on these team fights as the team fights continue to progress. Caceres getting a little bit of vision on this pink ward. Red team really needs to do something now that they have Baron with this Baron buff. Really push in to grab either a tower, a kill, an inhibitor, something. Maokai looks like he wants to get this dragon, push their gold lead up by a little bit. Blue team will be less likely to engage on that dragon because the red team does have that Baron buff. Zombie getting more farm, now up to 228 farm, 221 farm on that Caitlyn though, so she is keeping just up there in farm. Says, I can farm with you, no problem whatsoever. 7-2-3 on this Caitlyn, 6-3-6 on the Vayne. So Vayne a little bit more prevalent in team fights, however this Caitlyn still very scary indeed. Finish a Bloodthirster as well. So red team, they have Baron buff. Maokai looking at pushing this bottom lane, so they're still doing a little bit of a split push strategy. All 4 members of red team's main core sitting here in the mid lane, slowly pushing in, allowing the range that Caitlyn has to poke away, while Maokai decides to push the tower. Jack's coming into the bottom lane. As one pushes it closer and closer towards the base, it's going to be a little bit easier for the enemy team to respond and send somebody to stop it. Caitlyn has a lot of these traps down, so if somebody accidentally steps on one, it's going to be really bad. Maokai continuing to get a little bit of damage onto the tower, a little bit of damage back onto Aizen Boy, poking in. Takes that tower damage and doesn't even care about it. That Frozen Heart doing wonders to keep himself super tanky under this tower. Look at this tower. It's continuing to go down. Aizen Boy once again jumping in, trying to stop it. Not going to be quite enough. He's just going to walk right back to it and continue to poke it. As in the mid lane, the camera just keeps shifting back and forth between these two. Red team continues to... Red team is simply not allowing blue team to go anywhere, knowing that the team is going to have to respond. So they decide to switch it up. Zombie now jumping down to I Am Zozo. He's got a lot of damage, though. Will it be enough? He does! He takes out Zombie by himself, and now leaving on to Aizen Boy. Pantheon here with the stun on top of it. Black Star trying to get in, has the red buff, not going to be enough. Caitlyn from over the wall, finishing off Soda, as well as the Orianna. So much damage from Caitlyn across the wall. Pantheon goes up just to keep himself alive. Ash Thrasher coming in huge, and Caitlyn picks up the ace, and now they're going to be able to grab the tower. One team fight turned the whole game on its head. Chrono Frost tanking the tower. Back off, man. Only one tower shot away, as now they push in, grab a second turret. That might be game over. Red team picking this one up, and they should be able to grab it. There's still like 8 seconds left. Sona as well flashes out. People think that they've got this game underway. Team feed, please. Coming in huge. Feederino, Pleaserino. I called it wrong. Candymen did not win it, but what a huge team fight at the end, turning the game and finishing it off. So red team, the Maokai engaged in that bottom lane. The fact that Maokai alone took out the Vayne is huge. Had enough tank that he could deal with all of her damage, and had enough ability power himself that he could take her out. That destroyed the ADC, the main damage dealer for blue team. And as everyone else on blue team is scrambling to come around from the sidelines to try to defend, Caitlyn comes around from the back lines and just poke, finishes off the Orianna, finishes off the Sona, just finishes everyone off from the back line. And then you've got Pantheon and Ari coming in towards the middle of the fight and just doing so much damage. So that was amazing. Jax is doing negative damage to Maokai, yeah. Oh, my prediction is wrong. It happens. It happens. Game's not over just yet because we only finished off the main games. We are now into the semi-final games, which is going to be amazing to watch as well. These are now best out of 3 games, so it is the teams will have a little bit more of a chance to respond. But before we get into that, we've got MVPs to do here for the losing team, Team Candyman. We're going to switch over to the screen. There we go. For the losing team, Team Candyman, MVP. I think I'm going to give it over to Vayne, because Vayne played a really, really solid Vayne. Actually, okay, this is a toss-up hashtag tie between SC Blackstar and Zombie. Zombie had a great amount of damage and generally played a well solid game, other than for that amazing Maokai play towards that bottom lane at the end. Zombie always had really good placement and so always really fought well. However, Vi, on top of it, had some amazing ganks. That double loop back in the bottom lane to turn around and get more damage and burn some of those flashes was hugely effective. So great job there from SC Blackstar. And then over to the winning team. I think I'm going to give it over to that Maokai. Playing a solid top lane, coming towards the mid lane to flash engage on the Orianna to get a kill there as well, help out. He was always there to help his team out. Split pushed when it was needed to be able to push the lane out. He grabbed like 5 towers in that game. Grab a tower, but then he joined his team for those team fights. So that was awesome. There are no rank requirements. Oh, for the Hallow tournament? No, there is no rank requirements for the Hallow tournament. You can simply send me your informations. It'd be better if you could send me a full team. I'd love it if you could have a team, but it's the semifinals game.